Well, welcome back to another fishing adventure. Did some catfishing this morning, and we just had our first real cold snap for fall. It's last week in September. I'm using 5-ounce sinkers today. Don't really need 5-ounce sinkers. This is a lake, there's no current. There is a little bit of wind, but 5 ounces is what I have right now. Found a bunch of 5-ounce sinkers a few years ago and just kind of going through them. And after throwing the cast net about a bazillion times, I was able to eke out a little bit of bait here. Probably got about 10 or 12 of little tiny gizzard shad, and that'll be good. I came with frozen bait, frozen gizzard shad, but fresh is best. I think I'm gonna do sizes about like that, I think. This is channel catfishing here. We don't have blues. It's channel cats. This third one, I think I'm going to put a couple of these little baby ones on here. Right through the eyes, like that. Just a slip sinker rig. There's that 5-ounce sinker on a slider, like a 1-foot leader. I think this is a 4-aught wide gap hook, gizzard shad. And like I said, we just got our first cold snap of the year. Had our first frost last night. Plunk. And the water's cooling way down. I just washed my hands. I'm betting it's in the 60s. I'll measure that here in a little bit. But it's about noon. The air temps are in the 50s, probably about 55. And I'm putting all 3 of these baits probably 40-50 yards off the bank here in about 6-7 feet of water. And really, this is my favorite time to go catfishing, is in the cooler months, both in the spring and the fall. But it's that perfect Goldilocks time of year where the active time for the fish is the warmest part of the day, and that's also the most comfortable time of the day for me to be out here. So love that cold weather catfishing. And I brought my boots, but I forgot to put them on. Realized that when I got here to the bank, and not gonna hike all the way back to the truck to get them. So I don't know, might have to walk out there and get my feet cold, whatever. Well, I'm not gonna walk out there, but we'll get a reading just in the 6 inches of water here by the shoreline. Get a rough idea. Yeah, 62 in shallow water with rocks that have had the sun shining on them for the last 3 hours. So it's probably 60 or less out there in the deeps. Look at this. That's a perch laying there. I mean, the eye is still clear. Like it's somebody probably caught it and threw it, lay it there. That's early this morning. It's cold. That is fresh. It's got the gills ripped out right there. Somebody caught this and then decided not to keep it and just threw it on the bank. Freaking weirdos. Oh, there's another one. What the hell? I could use these for bait. They're fresh. I mean, look, the eye is clear. Jeez. Why would you just throw them on the bank? Kill them. Well, I'm going to throw them out there at least so some other fish or a bird can eat them. There, the birds will eat those. Well, it's been almost an hour. I was just reeling in to check the baits, and this first one is stripped clean, nothing on there. Never noticed any bites happening, but I don't stare at my rods the whole time. Yeah, hook it through the back this time instead of the tail. Oh, that good slime. Reeling this one that got the bite and see if I have any bait. Well, this one does have bait, although it's messed up. That's not how I hooked it. Something did pick it up. Yeah, I'll put a fresh piece on. I'll do a body chunk for this one. third rod has nothing on it. Okay. I wonder if there's a turtle swimming around having a buffet on my baits. I don't know. Apparently this is what you're supposed to do for the thumbnail in every video. You hold up the hook and the bait, close-up shot. There you go. 500,000 views coming right up. Yeah. Plunk. Well, it's been another hour gone by, nothing on this cut bait. I ended up seeing some shad next to the shoreline, so I caught a few of them. I'm gonna try live shad, see if that helps. And I'm gonna hook them just in the tail back here so they can swim, struggle, get some attention out there. What kind of fish could refuse that, huh? Bye cut bait. Hello live bait. Yeah, I was just getting kind of bored and just kind of walking around the bank, looking around, looking at stuff, and just like, hey, there's a little school of shad right there next to the bank. Tossed out my cast net and bada bing. Fish on. I was over there throwing the cast net, thinking this was going to be a skunk day, and it still might be. Shouldn't speak too soon, but I have a fish on as of right now. I was wanting to keep fish today. See how big these fish are that are biting, if they're eater size. Oh yeah, that's a nice one. Yeah, that's a good fish. Gotcha. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, hooked pretty good right in the corner there. He wasn't going anywhere. Yeah. This is exactly what I came here for today. I don't know, 4 or 5 pound channel cat. Perfect eating size. It's going on the stringer. This cat bit the, it was cut bait. I fished with those live shad for, I don't know, half an hour and got a few bites, but I don't know what was going on with that, but I ended up reeling in, cutting them up. Now I've got a fish in my hands. So, on the stringer. I like putting the stringer, I give them a lip piercing rather than going through the gill, and that's just on the off chance that I might end up releasing this fish at the end of the day here. If this is the only fish I catch, I'll probably end up releasing it, so that way I'm not beating up his gills the whole time. Okay, one on the stringer. Just gonna continue fishing with more cut bait. Okay, I think we got a real runner here. Got a real runner here. I've been getting bites and missed hookups. This is a good fish. I always love catching a trophy channel cat, but kind of hoping this fish isn't too big. I want to have a catfish dinner. I haven't had a catfish dinner since the spring. Just popped the surface out there. Hop out on this rock, slippery rock. I think this is going to be an eater. It's hard to tell. Yeah, it's a good fish, and I think he's going to eat. Come on in. Gotcha. It's like 3:30, prime time. He was hooked good in the bottom lip there. Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, 5-6 pound channel cat. It'll be a good eating size too. This is about as big as I like to keep, maybe 7 pounds, but yeah, good looking fish. I guess the camera's not getting him very good, is it? Because I'm in the shade. There he is. It's a gray catfish. I'm pretty sure this is a male, but on the stringer. Two on the rope. Yeah, catfish dinner. Well, it's 4 o'clock. It's time for me to get out of here. The bite turned on later in the afternoon, you know, kind of between 2 and 4. Got these two nice 5-6 pound channel cats. They're gonna make a good dinner. And don't go anywhere. I'm gonna take you back to my kitchen now and show you how I like to cook these up. Stay tuned. All right, we're gonna start out with some canola oil here. And I'm just gonna go ahead and pour that in the pan. I'd like to get about a ½ an inch of oil in the pan for a shallow fry. I'm gonna go ahead and turn that burner on to medium high. And we're going to start this catfish dinner off with some potatoes. That's what all good catfish dinners start with. These are Yukon Gold potatoes washed, and we're going to leave the skins on. I'm just going to chop these up into larger chunks because these are going to end up being the mashed potatoes that are going to go with our catfish dinner today. Put those potatoes in some boiling water, get those rolling. Next thing is, here's our catfish fillets. I've got 4 catfish fillets here. This is the 2 from the larger fish, and I've got 2 from the smaller fish as well. And you can see on the left is the fillet from the smaller fish, and on the right is the fillet from the larger fish. And yeah, they're slightly different colored a little bit, which is kind of interesting. And here's a couple of pieces of belly meat too, one from each fish. And this is going to be too much meat for just one meal, so I'm going to put 2 of the fillets in a freezer bag and go ahead and put those in the freezer for a dinner a different day. Now I'm going to take some kitchen shears and I'm going to go ahead and cut up these fillets into strips. Strips probably about inch and a half wide, and I don't know, these are the size that I like to. It just kind of makes some nice strips. And allows that breading to get, you know, you got all sorts of surfaces for the breading to stick to, and it works pretty good. You'll see. There's some of that belly meat again. Now I'm going to take a paper towel and kind of move it underneath the meat there, and that'll absorb a bunch of extra moisture, and we'll just let those sit there for a little bit. And while we get the breading ready, I'm starting off with a cup of flour, just all-purpose flour, and to that I'm going to add some yellow cornmeal. This is not corn flour, it's cornmeal, and it's a little bit larger grains than the flour, and that'll give you a little bit of crunch, and I like the flavor too. I think it's good. So put in about as much cornmeal as flour, so about a cup of cornmeal, a cup of flour, kind of a 1-to-1 ratio, you know. And the next thing is some seasoning. I like Cajun seasoning. It's probably my favorite. Do whatever you like, but that's what I like, and I put a lot in because this is the only seasoning that's gonna be on the fish. So I put quite a bit in the breading. Oh, the potatoes are boiling over. Better turn the burner down on that before that gets too much of a mess. Okay, so yeah, let's mix up that flour and cornmeal and seasoning mix in the bag. Next thing to do is get a tray out. I'm going to put some paper towels on that tray. That's where our fish is going to go after it's cooked. I'm going to turn the oven up to warm temperature, as low as the oven will go. On mine it's 170. In goes the fish into the breading bag there. We're just going to throw it all in there. Most of the moisture off of it is absorbed by that paper towel. Seal it up and just tumble it around and get everything coated nice and well. And I'll show you here in a second. The coating just sticks really well. It doesn't need to be. You don't need to use egg or anything. I don't know. It just sticks well. We've got a nice even coating there. And of course, I'll shake those off. Here the oil looks ready. Oil's shimmering. Sounds good. Let's go ahead and put some fish in. I'm just going to shut my mouth for a minute and let you listen to that sizzle. So while that fish is cooking, I'm going to throw some green beans in some boiling water. That's going to be another side dish to go with our catfish, and let those cook while the catfish is cooking. Check on the potatoes real quick here and see if they're getting done. It looks like they could probably go for a little bit longer. Still a little bit firm yet. We're ready to turn them. After about 5 minutes, I'll turn the fish. You know, you can check it every once in a while, but about 5 minutes I think is what it usually takes, and until they get kind of a nice golden brown like that. And you'll get that golden brown from the cornmeal too. Also kind of gives it a golden color. Look at that curly up belly meat. Yum yum yum. So yeah, turn them over. We'll cook another 3 to 5 minutes on the other side, and yeah, just until they're nice and golden, or however you like them. And after they've done cooking on the other side, sometimes I flip them over one more time just to give that first side maybe a little more if I want them a little more browning. But I don't know, that looks pretty good to me. I think that's probably going to be it. So we'll go ahead and get those out of the grease here. Move those onto this cookie sheet with the paper towel. And just go ahead and zip, 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 zip. Get all those out of there. There you go. And in the oven those go. It's 170-degree oven. It's just going to keep them warm while the rest of the fish cooks. We've got a few more pieces here, doing 2 batches. And yeah, I'm just gonna while those second batch of fish cooking, we'll go ahead and get the potatoes going. Check those with a fork real quick. Oh yeah, falling apart. Perfect. Drain off the water, and we'll throw in a big hunk of butter, some milk, some garlic powder. I like garlic powder in my mashed potatoes. Some salt and some pepper. Go ahead and give those a mash, mash, mash. And that is fantastic. Who doesn't love mashed potatoes? Alright, the second batch of fish is done frying, so I'll get that pan out and get those second batch out of the frying pan here. They're looking good, looking good. And here's the finished spread. Here's our mashed potatoes. Green beans all steaming, looking good, and there's the star of the show. There's that fried catfish. That's about how I like them. A little darker than a lot of people like them, but you know, cook them to your taste. But go ahead and plate it up here. 1, 2, a little bit more. There you go. Good heap of mashed potatoes, nice big heap of green beans. And how many pieces of catfish? I'm saying like 3 to 4 minimum. Yeah, there you go. There you go. As you can see, it's nice and golden brown, and the inside is white and flaky. And it's really hard to beat some fried, fresh catfish. But there it is, folks. I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. See you on the next one.